Welcome to Soccer Zone USA. My name is DJ Divany, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the differences between laceless and laces soccer cleats and help you make the decision on which one is best for you. So before I get into the comparisons, similarities, and testing out these boots, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to our channel Soccer Zone USA so you can stay up to date with the newest videos where we're going to be offering information like this, helping you make better choices when you buy products, as well as information on how to improve your game. For reference, I'm going to be comparing and contrasting the Adidas Predator Freak Plus and the Adidas Predator Freak 0.1, which have the standard laces. Now we get this question a lot. What's the difference between cleats with laces and cleats without laces? Why should I buy a pair of cleats without laces over a pair of cleats with laces that I know and have used all the time? So we're going to break down the differences and the comparison into three main categories. Category one is going to be look and style. There's definitely a distinction between having laces and not having laces that changes the feel and look of the shoe. Then we're going to be looking at category two, the most important category, performance. We're actually going to take these out to the pitch and we're going to test them side by side. And of course, the biggest probably decision-making category, the cost. Why do the laceless cleats cost more than the cleats with laces, and why should I buy them? Before we get into discussing the laces versus laceless soccer cleats, remember that these are all my opinions based on my personal playing experience and observations, and my own feet as well. Your experience may be completely different from mine, and you might like the laces better than the laceless or vice versa. First up is category one, look and style. No matter what you're doing, whether you're playing soccer, any other sport, or practicing another craft, when you're performing, you want to look and feel good. So we're going to be comparing the difference in the look and style between these laceless and laced versions of these cleats. So the most obvious difference is that the pair of the Predator Freak 0.1s have laces across the top, on the top layer, black straight across, standard laces that kind of flap around. And then on the other side, we have the Predator Freak Plus, which has extra demon skin in place of the laces on the top layer. I think most people can agree that having no laces across the top of the boot or any shoe makes a really sleek and streamlined look compared to having these cross-section laces and then some flappy strings on the top near the ankle. This subtle difference between looking sleek and stylish and clumsy and standard laces can be the difference between a little boost of confidence and not. And that little boost of confidence can go a long way when you're playing on the field. Personally, this model by Adidas is not my favorite line, the Adidas Predators, the newer models, compared to the older versions that the likes of David Beckham used to wear. But I do like the sleek look of the laceless design, and I actually like the laceless design of some of their other boot models instead. There's definitely a feel with the laceless shoes in this category that you feel a little bit more comfortable, you have a little bit more swag without those laces on the top. You'll definitely feel and notice a difference in not having the loops near your ankles kind of flapping and moving around, as well as the knot above the foot. And it may seem like a really subtle difference, but again, that little boost in confidence of feeling good can help you play better. Now we are comparing the same model of shoe by Adidas, the Predator Freaks, so the outsole is virtually the same. There are very subtle differences on the plate at the bottom, which is mostly color differences, and some of the studs, these have some yellow, and these are all clear and blue. The outsole is almost exactly the same. One major difference is that the heel and the two-layer opening on the Predator Freak Plus are higher and a little bit stretchier than the 0.1s. Other than that, there are really no differences between these two shoes, aside from the laces on one, extra demon skin on the top layer, on the laceless boot, some colors on the bottom, and again, the heel on the back of the Freak Plus. And that heel is really designed to have better locking for what we're going to talk about in category 2, performance. Overall, if I put the look and style of these boots head to head, I would have to go with the laceless pair just based on looks alone. But when we get into category 2, the performance, we might see a big difference that puts the lace shoes ahead. Now it's time to lace or slip on these boots and put them to the test on the field. Category 2, performance. This is the most important thing when it comes to choosing the proper cleat for you. You want to pick a shoe that plays the best for you, for your playing style, that makes you the most comfortable, the most ready to play your best game. This means that the color of the shoe, the look and style, the aesthetic, laces or no laces, the cost shouldn't matter as much to us if we want to maximize our performance. Keep in mind that the actual cleats don't make me a better player or a worse player. That comes from your ability, talent, and hard work, but we want to make sure that we have a cleat that locks our foot down, is comfortable, and plays well on the field. In the performance category, we're really going to look at how well the cleats lock down the foot and keep them nice and tight, as well as how well we can change speed and directions on the field. Bursts of speed, explosiveness, change of directions are all key physical movements in the game of soccer. We want to make sure that our cleats hold up our foot so that we have good balance and ability to move. If our shoes are too loose or bulky, it might limit our ability to do this. In a way, think about wearing a sneaker while playing on a grass field. If you wear a sneaker and try to run really fast, especially when it's wet, you're going to slip. That's why soccer boots are designed to have really good traction, dig into the ground, and conform to your foot tightly so you can change directions very quickly. As I test them, I'm looking to see how well I can accelerate and decelerate in these cleats, as well as change directions very sharply.
So for the field test, I started with the Freak .1s with the laces. Went on to get some touches on the ball to get a feel for the new Demon Skin to test it out, going through some agility pulls with some basic dribbling. Then I really wanted to put the change of direction to the test, so here I'm doing a T-test, which is 10-yard sprint forward, 5-10-5 shuffling, and then 10 yards backpedaling. I needed to relace the cleats because I actually made them too tight, but once I got the lockdown correct, it was very clear that the ability to change directions in these boots was very, very good. I repeated the T-test with the ball a few times to see how I could change direction at speed with the ball at my feet, and was really impressed. So you can definitely tell the Demon Skin does a good job of gripping the ball, and I feel that over time you'll get really comfortable with that texture. When I was hitting a few shots, I definitely felt like striking the ball with the laces was a little bit more difficult, but when I was curling the ball, the Demon Skin really helped me wrap around it and get really good curve.
Now, laceless cleats have been around since 2006 when Lotto came out with the first pair of laceless cleats. Since then, Adidas has really come into the game, improving the technology and innovating the laceless cleat design. Specifically in the Predator Freak Plus, there's a much better opening for the foot and ankle to get into the shoe, and it has a much higher heel and ankle that stretches to conform to your foot to keep it tight. So they're easier to slip on than a normal laceless pair, but they stay tight and lock your foot down.
So of course, next up, the Laceless Predator Freak Plus, and here I'm just showing you the actual process for me to put them on to give you some pro tips. And so what I advise is to grab this boot by that long heel and then slip it on from a standing position. If you do this, it'll be pretty easy to get on. As you can see with the left boot here, it takes me about 5 or 6 seconds, pretty easy to do. Then moving around in these right away, I actually felt really comfortable because these are laceless. The fit is a little bit more relaxed, and I was comfortable moving around, and I felt more comfortable doing skills and tricks with the ball as compared to the boots with the laces. Since these boots have more Demon Skin, you get more of that grip feel for the ball. And then I went on to test these on speed and changes of direction. Here I'm doing a 6, 12, 18. So to the 6-yard line, to the penalty spot, and then to the top of the 18 and back. And here I really noticed some slippage over the side of the boot. that showed that the lockdown wasn't quite as good as the shoes with the laces. What I would recommend here is to, if you can, go down a half size so that these boots are tighter than they normally would be. That being said, I did feel really comfortable, like I said, so running onto the ball and striking it felt really good, and hitting it with the laces, or no laces, hitting it with the demon skin felt really good as well. The demon skin helped strike the ball a little bit cleaner than normal, and you get the same effect on the curve with this pair, so I really like the Laceless Freak Plus.
Now the key to recognize here is all of our feet are going to be a little bit different, and the bottom line is a pair of cleats with laces are going to be able to lock down the best because you can adjust them however you like so that it's comfortable for you. I prefer my cleats to be a little bit tighter, so with laces I'm really able to make sure that the cleats are as tight as I want them to be. With the laceless pair, I simply can't do that. I don't have a choice. They're going to fit how they're going to fit, and if they get loose, then I can't really control that with any tightening or any kind of system. In testing these out, I really like the Predator with the laces because I know I can tighten them, loosen the middle, tighten the top near the ankle, and adjust them to make sure that they fit the way I like them. When I'm performing with these tight cleats on, I'm able to cut and change directions very smoothly, very quickly, and feel really well balanced with a really secure foot in this cleat. When I'm wearing the Laceless Predator Freak Plus, there's definitely really good traction and lockdown on the foot, but you can recognize that it's slightly lesser than the cleat with laces. It's obvious, it's not incredibly worse, so I can definitely see myself playing in the laceless pair and being okay, but in my mind, I know that the laceless pair locks my foot down better and allows me to change direction with more control. Over time, I would imagine that the laceless pair is going to get a little bit loose, just as cleats do stretch out as you wear them, especially if they're in the rain. They're going to get a little softer as your foot molds into them, and I imagine that wearing the laceless boots could result in some issues with that in the loosening of the shoe or softening of the shoe, and make that lockdown a little bit less effective as time goes on. Overall, I'm definitely going to give the 0.1s, the pair with laces, the advantage in the performance category, just because I know that I can tighten the shoe the way I want it and make sure I can perform the way I'm used to. With the laceless pair, I'm confident in them. They have good foot lockdown and I can move well, but I'm not sure if over time, if that lockdown is going to become loose and make it more difficult to change speed and directions quickly. I have also been testing and using the recent Adidas Nemesis Plus with the laceless design. They have a little bit of a lower profile and a little bit of a different locking system with the elastic on the top layer. And I'm actually really impressed with Adidas's innovation and technology to keep your foot locked down in these shoes. And one thing that I really noticed that made a significant difference for me was that I went a half size down in this laceless pair. So when testing these, I'm testing these at an 8.5 USA, and I've been wearing these Nemesis Plus at an 8. So these are a little bit tighter. My toe goes all the way to the edge of the toe box, which you may not like or prefer. And if it's too tight, it can be dangerous, leading to some stub toes or even toe fractures. So we want to avoid having too tight of a boot, but I've been really impressed with the design on the Nemesis laceless shoe. So my recommendation would be definitely to try on both pairs, see which ones feel good, and if the laceless design of the boot you want feels a little bit loose or has a little wiggle room, try to go down a half size to see if that improves the foot lockdown. So again, in the performance category, I'm going to give the nod here to the laces shoes, the Adidas Predator Freak 0.1s over the Adidas Predator Freak Plus. Only because I know I'm confident in my ability to adjust the shoe if I need to. Pro tip, one thing you can do in either cleat that you choose to get is you can get socks that help fill the boot better personally to you. I like to use a grip sock that I choose to be a little bit thicker, that has some texture or nubs on the bottom that helps keep my foot locked in place even more. So that way, especially if I'm wearing the laceless cleats, that my foot is really secured in that shoe. What you'll see pros do a lot of the time is they'll actually cut their team socks about at the ankle, and they'll have either tennis socks or these grip socks underneath that they wear inside the boot for the best control. Time for the final category, cost. Cost tends to be a big decision-making factor when it comes to making a purchase, and soccer cleats are no different. Because of the technology and innovation in some of these designs, with the carbon fiber plates, with the demon skin, with the laceless design and the torsion and the elasticity of the outsole, there's a lot of factors that go into why these boots are so expensive. And especially when a new model comes out, you can bet that it's going to cost the most. So I actually just looked up to double check the sale price on the current Adidas Predator Freak Plus, and we have them on sale at Soccer Zone USA for $247.50. So we're actually selling the current Adidas top-of-the-line model, the Laceless Adidas Predator Freak Plus, for less than Adidas cost for the pair with laces. So instead of paying $25 extra for the laceless pair, you're actually paying less than what you would for the laces pair on Adidas.com. So make sure you shop with us at Soccer Zone USA to get the best deals. And of course, the laces pair are also on sale here. We have them at $224.99. So again, about $25 cheaper than the retail value at Adidas.com. So we automatically kind of put these on sale, and we have loyalty rewards for you. So make sure you shop with us and go online to get the newest shoes at the lowest cost. You can go to our online store in the description below and make it easy to explore your next pair of cleats. So the laceless are $25 more than the Laces Predator Freak model. So you might say, well, why am I paying $25 more when I actually get less? These have laces and all these are no laces, and I'm paying $25 more. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. The technology involved in making sure that there are no laces here to have a completely clean top layer is very complex, and the elastic involved in keeping your foot locked down is really impressive. And what would be amazing if we had this level of design with some ability to adjust the tightness as we play. That would be the best of both worlds, but unfortunately, we do have to choose. So you're not really paying more for not having laces, you're paying more for the technology to keep that top layer completely clean and flawless. This gives you better control on the top of the foot, less things to worry about, and to be honest, I have had instances where my laces have been long enough to get a cleat stud caught on them and trip. Has happened. So if you're thinking about things like that, where the laces are going to be a little bit long, obviously you can change them and make them shorter, but having the laceless design takes away that problem altogether and looks incredible. In this category, it's really a break even to me. If you want to spend a few extra dollars to get the laceless pair, you can go for it and test it out. As long as you have a backup pair of boots that you can always go to wear that you know are going to perform well for you. Definitely come into our stores. We're located in 3 locations in New Jersey to test them out on our turf inside and make sure that they fit well for your feet. Like I said, you may want to get the laceless pair and a half size smaller depending on how much wiggle room you have at the front, and this will help the lockdown be even more secure. Or if you test them out and you don't really like them that much, you can try on the pair with the laces and make sure you get the boots that you need. So overall, the cost is a toss-up. Yes, the laceless version is more, but they definitely look cooler and they do perform well. The laces version I don't think looks quite as cool or sleek. It has less demon skin for this model, and the performance is going to be the best that you could get on the market. So overall, it's kind of a split decision. If it's me personally, I usually choose the laces. It's what I know, it's what I grew up with, and I know I can trust it. But in having gotten the chance to test out the Adidas Nemesis Plus without the laces and feel really good foot lockdown and control in these boots, I actually might be inclined to test out more laceless shoes in the future. I feel that I have a really good touch with these on the top part of the foot, and I don't have to worry about getting mixed up with anything having to do with laces. And it's a little bit easier just to slip a pair of boots on and go out and play rather than having to tie them. There's nothing worse than when you've tied a knot too weird and too tight that you can't untie it and you literally struggle to take it off and have to ask for help. With a pair of laceless cleats, you'll never have that problem. Thanks so much for being here with us at Soccer Zone USA. Come on to our stores in New Jersey, or if you can't come to our stores, shop online at soccerzoneusa.com. Go ahead and give us a like if you got something out of this video. Ask us questions in the comments that we can help you answer. And of course, subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this to help you make the best buying choices, as well as learning how to improve your game on the field. And that's it for this review. I've been DJ Divney. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.